DMG. I'll be conducting your
Right.
interview for our Father's Day Authors Behind the Wall special. How are you today?
I'm doing fine. Yourself? This is
I'm
Anthony
doing
Legend.
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. So today we have here with author Anthony Legend. How are you doing, Mr. Legend?
I'm doing brilliant.
That's
I'm doing brilliant.
that's great. That intro that I gave you was basically from a artist from Boston. I'm not sure if you're aware of that artist, King Bricks. So without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into this interview. So just give us an introduction about yourself.
As y'all know, I'm an aspiring author. I'm come out of Boston, born and raised in Boston. I'm very I'm doing 15 years as of right now, productively. Hoping to come home to make a big change and change the beginning to this story. I'm just in here writing. I love to write. I love to read, and that's about it.
Okay. Are you familiar with that artist that I was playing? King Bricks?
Oh no, King Bricks.
Yes.
No, I don't know who that artist is.
Okay. He's a rap artist. So, when did you realize that you wanted to be a writer?
When I realized, I would have to say, I realized I wanted to be a writer in 2014 after I read my first book, and I found myself in my own world addressing internal issues and creating remedies and seeing results in my story. So plus I'm a natural artist. So when persuading sentences, in a sense, it's like manipulating lines when I used to draw. In fact, writing and drawing is related. To be honest with you, only difference is the writer use words to paint a picture instead of a brush. But about 2014, that's when I realized it.
So you would say that you sketch out some of your images from your book?
No, what I'm saying is like I'm a natural artist, so I used to draw. And when I'm working on sentences, in a sense, it's like I'm putting these sentences together, and I'm manipulating the sentences with my words. And I used to have to do the same sometimes with lines. And so instead of painting a picture with a brush, I'm actually painting pictures with words now.
Right. So that actually goes back to my question. Have you seen yourself painting the image of a book before writing the book? That's the question I was just trying to ask you.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, definitely. I can see the scene. I can see when I'm writing before I even put it down, before I even put the pen to paper.
Got you. That's amazing level of creativity. Definitely is. It actually kind of would give your readers kind of a image of what's going to take place in your book. Correct or incorrect?
Correct. And that's my strong suit. Also, like detail. I'm very into detail.
Okay.
Very into detail.
How long does it take you to write a book?
Um, about anywhere between 6 and 8 months to complete a whole manuscript. Because I could never write to a deadline. I have to feel my work. Like I have to feel it, and sometimes it takes time and revising. Sometimes a lot of revising to create a certain vibe with words. So in between 6 to 8 months, I say.
Okay. So, apart from your craft and being an artiste, what inspired you to write the children book that you have coming out?
Inspired, man, life for real. But truthfully, my niece inspired me some time ago, and I just wanted to do something to express how much she means to me. And I thought writing a children's book as her being the main character was a brilliant way to demonstrate that. But then it's the children period too. So before now, but especially now, kids are going through
This call is from a federal prison.
kids are they're growing up self-conscious, and they're having difficulties embracing. From what I'm noticing, I'm in here, so I've been down 9 years, and just from what I'm noticing, they just having a difficult time embracing who they are and what they are. So I just wanted to write something to help guide and help shape their thinking.
Okay. So, with your book, that category is a major field, and you definitely would grab attention from people of all ethnics and background. Would you say your book would contribute to a child that's like facing bullyism?
Um, no, I wouldn't say that, but it will give a child the courage. It will give the child the courage to like you know to stand up to it though. You know, it will give them that confidence to not put up with bullyism and stand up to it or stand up for a friend and say, you know, this ain't right. You know, we're all equal. You shouldn't be bullying. You shouldn't be bullying your peers.
Right.
That's what you could get that from out the book. But I did not touch into the bullyism issue that's going on today. But you can't get that. You know, you can't use it for that.
Right, right. Unlike back in the days, I'm not sure of your ages, but growing up, it wasn't as strong as it is now, and a lot of young children are facing it, and some eventually commit suicide because of that. And I know that you were a little brief information about your book that it was a little girl of colors, correct?
Yes,
And
yes. You
everyone's
know,
just amazed by that, correct?
yes, definitely, definitely. She's of all colors. You know, I don't want to get too deep into it
Understand.
because it hasn't
Respect.
been copywritten yet. But
Respect.
yeah, she's of all colors.
Respect. So who's your favorite author?
I have to say that's off the top, it'd be Don Winslow, Paulo Coelho. He wrote the book Alchemist, and Sarah Durant. Those
Okay.
are my three top.
Okay. So out of those three, which one you favorite more?
I have to go with Paulo Coelho because
Okay.
you gain something from it, a jewel from it.
Okay. So again, going back to our brief conversation before the interview, I know that you had another project also that you worked on. So, with your projects and also your other projects, do you get writer's block?
Nah, not at all. For real, for real. I don't get no writer's block. Um, Sometimes I can get stuck on a scene trying to critique it correctly, but writer's block I don't get. You know, especially let me just say not often because some people it comes up, but very rarely. But I write based off what I know and experience, and also what I took in after adopting someone else's encounter or pain. So I'm a story alone, but then the stories within my story make it possible for me to write fluently. So I hardly ever have writer block.
Okay. Do you feel that if you wasn't incarcerated, you think you still would have become a writer or even an artist?
I feel like if I wasn't incarcerated, I wouldn't have tapped into this art. I wouldn't have challenged myself to write. I probably would have been doing something else.
Okay.
Because this takes a lot of devotion and patience and concentration. So if I didn't get incarcerated, I don't think I would have felt this gift.
So I don't know, how good of your skills are, but do you see yourself marketing your artwork as well as your book?
Marketing my artwork as well, which
As
can you
in
explain
like
a little bit?
as in like presenting yourself out there into the world as an artist.
Oh yeah, definitely as a writer or as an artist in drawing. You mean?
Right, as an
Or
artist
as a
in
writer?
drawing. So apart
Oh,
from your book, do you see yourself out there having a gallery with your artwork?
oh no, not with my artwork per se. I actually fell out of drawing a long time ago, and it's crazy because I went to school for art and all that, but I ended up falling out of the love for it. But let me say this: I fell out of the love of drawing myself. I still love art. I still love like painting, drawing, different things like that. But I want to put myself out there mainstream as an artist.
Oh, Okay, so how many unpublished or unfinished books are you currently working on at this time?
Right now I have one book under publication. And I got another book going under publication. Then I got 4 books that is unpublished. Out those 4,
This call is from a federal prison.
out those 4 I got another book that's incomplete. It's halfway done.
So your book that's under publication, give us the name of it. Give us a little brief description of it.
Well, I got another book that's under publication right now. It's called Hindsight Through the Eyes of Sarah. Basically, I touched on women out there that's engaged in prostitution, and I just wanted to touch on that because society frown upon these women, and they don't be understanding what be going on. They don't understand how they found themselves in the predicament. So I just wanted to shine light on that and explain so people could open up their eyes and have a better perspective so that they understand instead of just passing judgment.
That's deep. That's deep. That book is out now on all platforms.
That book is under publication as of right now. It'll be out probably by August.
Got you. So, do you want each book to stand on its own, or are you trying to build a body of work with connection in between each book?
Well, each of my books can't stand on their own. It's because within each book that I'm speaking of, I have plots, but then I have multiple subplots that's gonna take sequences to narrate. So, like for instance, like Naraya is gonna have to be a body of work. A job of showing kids that they are equal, smart, cool, no matter the color of their skin isn't over. It can't be done with one book. So that work per se is gonna have to be consistent. Plus kids forget. So
and little girls turn into grown women, and life is hard when you get there.
Right.
If you can give these up and coming writers any advice, what would it be?
Man, first and foremost, I tell them take their craft serious. Like first and foremost, take your craft serious. Work daily, maintain devotion. Read consistently, keep learning about your art, and challenge yourself. Writing ain't a sprint, it's a marathon. Just take your time with your work, with your creativity and all. And for real, this has been the first thing I said though. To be honest with you, own your right, own your work, own your work.
Right, nothing like owning your work. If there's any, would you like to give any shout outs to any family, friends, loved ones, some old throwbacks?
That'd be a lot of names. So I'm just gonna shout out God. I'm gonna shout out God first and foremost. Thank you. I just want to praise Him for giving me this opportunity and bless me with this craft, this gift, and giving me the strength, to do this daily. But other than that, I'd like to shout out all the productive fathers. This is the Father Day special, so I'd like to shout out the fathers. 3 great fathers that I know personally. That's Ace, Nico, and my bro Woe. Y'all keep doing y'all thing. I'm proud of y'all, and I want to shout out also the father figures like myself. Y'all disposition and efforts is essential. And shout out to the mothers who have stepped it up and had to fulfill the father role. I want to shout out all the mothers. We love y'all, and we with y'all. I stand with y'all and for y'all.
On behalf of DMG, we'd like to say thank you for this interview, and we wish you well and great progress on your books to come. And we definitely appreciate all our men, our soldiers behind the wall, holding it down, and we wish y'all come home soon.
Facts. Big shout out to DMG.
Thank you, and